Hi, everyone. I am Donna Reid, and this is Donna Reid Talks Voice. And today I'm working with Jakob. Hi, Jakob.
Hello, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. I've never worked with Jakob before. This is the first time I'm meeting him. So please tell us a little bit about yourself, your singing journey, what you sing.
Sure. So I studied classical singing, and after finishing university, I actually started working with former students of Cornelius Reed. So I'm kind of familiar with the way of functional voice training. I also work as a singing teacher and guitar coach, and I mainly sing classical music. So in church concerts, that's what I'm mostly doing.
Okay, and listening to your voice, baritone, bass?
We'll see. On my
Okay,
way to becoming a baritone. Let's call it that
okay.
way.
So you've
Yeah.
sung bass, but you think you can sing the higher repertoire, a little bit higher tessitura.
Well, I don't think I'm able to do it yet, but I guess that's kind of where the voice is developing, maybe. Yeah,
Okay, all right,
so
fair
still
enough.
on a journey. Yeah,
All right. Right. Well, so we'll see what's going on and see what we can do.
okay.
So, have you seen any of my episodes on the YouTube channel before?
I've seen some episodes. Yes.
Okay, great. Then you know that more likely than not, I always start with everybody breathing with the exhale and the inhale. So just do that, get the air flowing and all of that, and exhale, inhale.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I inhale on the.
Yeah, inhale and then you exhale. And as I do it a few times, and as I always tell my listeners as they're watching, do it along. You know, we can all breathe. Breathing is always good. We could always breathe. We could always use more air. And notice the rib cage expanding, and just notice that the rib cage is nice and easy. One more. Good, good, good. My late husband Cornelius never used to bother with breathing at all. I mean, he wouldn't even discuss it. He said when the mechanism works well, then the body wants to energize the mechanism the way it should. But my background as an Alexander teacher makes me focus on it a little bit because I think I could make people aware of how they're using their bodies and what they're noticing with the breathing, what they're noticing with things like that. And obviously every approach is valid as long as you get a freer voice and the results that you want. So again, not knowing your voice, I have to see where things are going. So I always like to start and see where your falsetto is. So let's do those three notes with an ooh falsetto and see what comes out.
Ooh.
Good. Nothing seems to be tight or constricted, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Good. That's nice and free and easy, right? Now that's is some kind of a falsetto. There's not just one kind of a falsetto. There's that falsetto. There can be a falsetto that's more breathy. There could be a falsetto that's a little bit brighter, which means there's a little bit more of a mix of chest voice in it. But right now, let's just call that our falsetto and let it do its thing. Now we're going to do the same thing, four notes, the whole octave. And as we go lower with it, you let it go wherever it wants to go. Don't prevent the chest voice from coming in, but don't force the chest voice from coming. Just whatever it seems to want to do. So on the ooh and all the way down. Yeah, you hear that? There's a little bit of chest voice that kind of wants to come creeping in there. That's good. Let it just do its thing. Good. Now let's help that chest voice. Obviously, that's not a chesty chest voice, but you notice something different wants to happen. So let's do ooh, and then switch the bottom one to an ah.
Ooh, ah.
Exactly, exactly, great.
Ooh, ah.
And I don't mind that little break. That's great. Just let that happen. We're just trying to get into some kind of a chest voice from the falsetto and see how that happens.
Ooh, ah.
Great. Now, tell you what we're going to do. Change the ooh to the ah on the top note. So ooh ah, and then wherever that chest voice wants to come in on the way down, you just let it come in. One more time. Be careful to think an upbeat between each note and not slide into the next note. That went a little wah, wah. A little bit of an upbeat, a little bit of a, not a sliding into the bottom notes. And that gets us into a different chest voice on the bottom.
Mhm.
Yes, because the other way, I mean, that's fine if we want to bring a little bit more of that falsetto into the chest voice. But this one allows the chest voice to shift and be something different than the top notes, but still be influenced by the falsetto on the top. Try the next one. Good. And again, I don't mind that break at all. I know a lot of people when they sing, I was going to say, especially when they sing classically, but in general, they hate having those little breaks because, oh, well, the scale should be smooth and all of that. Not necessarily. We're just doing exercises. We're just seeing where you're at technically. So it doesn't matter if there's a big break. I'd almost rather have that than it be smooth, but then the bottom is maybe constricted or just weird or whatever. So that's absolutely fine. Don't let the aesthetics of it throw you off. Alrighty, now let's take that ah. That ah, easy, easy, down the scale, and let's hear what happens. Good. Let's do that sound, and I'm going to have you do ga ga ga. And you know what? Let's just see what happens. Whatever wants to move, you let it move. So ga 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 3 times.
Ga 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 ga.
Very good. Now I'm going to have you do it 2 different ways. I'm going to have you very consciously not move your chin, not move your jaw, and just do ga ga ga, which you kind of did already, but very consciously don't let the ga 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 come in, just your tongue.
Ga 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 ga.
Great. Now I'm going to have you do it the opposite way. I want you to move your jaw a lot, right from the hinge, right from here, ga 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 ga, and let it flop around.
Ga 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 ga.
Now, was one easier than the other? Did you like one better than the other?
Yeah, I would say that, let's say the stable jaw and the first version where I'm doing more with the tongue.
So that one you seemed a little bit freer, you like the sound a little bit better.
Yeah, to me it was a little bit more steady, you know. Yeah. I would
Okay,
say.
now that's interesting because actually I like the one where you moved your jaw. Now, to my ear, and again, you're feeling it, but to my ear, that one seemed a little bit freer. Now, what may have happened is you're right. The one where you moved your tongue was actually not bad. I'm not saying one was bad, one was good. Um, but the one where you moved your jaw, there was a little bit more movement in the voice.
Mhm.
So you said the first one was a little steadier. I actually liked the unsteadiness of the one where you
Right.
moved your jaw.
Mhm.
So many times people will say that, will feel that. And and I could be wrong. I'm just kind of, seeing what's happening here, but the other one seems a little bit more out of your control, which is a good thing.
Mhm.
So we're going to keep playing with both of them. We're going to do this first. We're going to do the first one that you like. And I'm going to go a little bit higher with it. So don't move your jaw, just move the back of your tongue. Ga, ga, ga. Same thing.
Ga, ga. Sorry. Ga, ga. Back down. Yeah. Ga, 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 ga. Ga, 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 ga. Ga, 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 ga. Ga, 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 ga.
Great. Now we're going to do the same ones, but this one, move the jaw, ga, 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 right at the hinge, let it flop around.
Ga, 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 ga. Ga, 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 ga. Ga, 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 ga. Ga, 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 ga.
Now again, do you still like the one where you're moving your tongue better than this one?
Um, well, I'm now getting used to the other one. Let's call it like that.
Okay, fine. And again, it's not
Yeah.
that huge of a difference. It's not like, oh, one is good and one is bad or anything like that. But there's something about this one that I like. There's something going on there that I think is beneficial. So we're going to do this. Same thing with the ga, 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 ga. Just let it all flop around.
Ga, ga, ga. Sorry, can you play it again? Ga, 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 ga.
Yeah, and as you go higher with it, it may move even more.
Ga, 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 ga.
Yes, good, good, good. And as we go higher, let that top note kind of do something weird, go somewhere else.
Ga, 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 ga.
Yes.
Ga, 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 ga. Ga, 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 ga.
Good. I like that a lot. How does that top note feel?
Um,
Easy, right? It doesn't feel
Difficult to
like
tell
it's
because it's quite,
constricted,
quite short. Um,
but it
Well,
doesn't
very
feel
controlled.
like
I guess that might be the reason why I didn't like it at the beginning.
could be, could
Yeah,
be. But nothing's tight or constricted, right?
yeah, yeah. I would say that.
That's the, that's the only thing I look for. It may sound weird, it may feel weird, but all we want is that it's not tight or constricted. But now let me do the whole octave. Same thing, ga ga ga. Let it flop around. Let it be weird.
Ga 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 ga.
Yeah, yeah,
Ga 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 ga.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ga 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 ga.
Great.
Ga 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 ga.
And one more.
Ga 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 ga.
Excellent. Because those notes didn't shut down and they were very definitely doing something else, going somewhere else. That's what we're looking for. All right. Now, how do we add the falsetto to that for higher notes? Let's do it like this. I don't even want you to think falsetto. We're going to do the same ga ga ga. Just think very bright. Obviously, it's not a chest voice, but it may be a different kind of falsetto than we started with the ooh. just do ga 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 with that same thing and think bright and try not to put it where you think it should go. Let's just say that. So ga 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 ga. Yeah, great. Yeah. Now I like those a lot. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Yeah. Okay. Do that first. That's ga ga ga. Obviously, it's going to be all chest voice. Just let it do whatever thing it wants to do. So ga 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 ga. Again, everything flopping around.
Ga 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 ga.
Okay, I'm going to add a note and let the top one go toward that weird bright falsetto that we just did. Now I'm going to pre-warn you, it may not do that. Chest voice may come in, but it may not. It may be weird. It may go some weird, I don't know what it's going to do. Kind of be prepared for anything. So it's going to do ga ga ga, and you're going to start it full, and then just let it flip off to whatever weird thing it wants to flip off to, but fast.
Ga 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 ga.
Yes, brilliant.
Ga 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 ga.
Yeah, and let it do that. Let it do that weird flip. Do it again. Let it flip. Just make sure the top one is a bright falsetto.
Ga 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 ga.
Yeah, and even a little bit more aggressive with it.
Ga 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 ga.
Ah, but don't be too aggressive on the bottom. Just aggressive on the top one.
Ga 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 ga.
Like that. Like that.
Ga 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 ga.
Good, good, good. Now, let's test it all out. Now, this is low, this is easy. Forget about everything we just did. Just plain ah, sustain it a little bit, and you come down.
Ah.
Wonderful. Now, do you hear that nice vibrato that you're getting with all of those notes? So what I want you to do, we're going to go a little bit higher with it. Now, as we go higher, everybody's always, oh, it's higher. What do I do? I don't know. Don't worry about what it does. I just want you to hear the vibrato and ride the vibrato down. We're going to do this one again. So you get into the habit of just listening to those vibrations, and then you just take those vibrations down and see what happens. Yes. And be careful. Watch that one on the way down. You lost the vibrations. Let the vibrations be a little wild. Let it be a little like, whoa, whatever it wants to do. Yeah. Good. Watch those vibrations on the bottom. Yeah, brilliant. Not bad, not quite as efficient as the other ones, but those were all pretty easy. And they're not exactly what you want aesthetically because we don't want that much of a vibrato going on. We have to straighten that out a little bit. But functionally speaking, those were easy, and those had a beautiful combination of the falsetto and the chest voice, and there was no strain to those whatsoever. Am I correct? That wasn't tight, right?
Yeah, yeah. Would say so.
Right. And that was a G on top. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to start a little lower. And you're going to do the top note with a staccato. Same idea, listen for the vibrations. They may be different vibrations because you're doing a staccato, but nice and full, and you're going to do ah, 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 and then you bring it down.
Ah, ah, ah.
Okay, that wasn't quite a staccato, that was a little bit of a glottal. Because that instead of ah, 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 that went ah, ah, ah. Did you hear that? So, I'm going to set it up differently. Do it, instead of thinking of staccato, do it with an F and an ah. So you're going to do fa, fa, fa. It's still kind of a staccato, but with the F in front of it. So fa, 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 and then down legato.
Fa, fa, fa.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah, how does that one feel?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
good.
smoother in the onset, yeah?
Right. Let's go a little higher with it. Fa, fa, fa.
Fa, fa, fa.
Oh, did you hear that bottom note? I like what was going on with that. There was something a little different there. So what happened on the bottom note is the vibrato started to straighten itself out a little bit and not be so, as my late husband used to say, wild and woolly. So, and wild and woolly is okay as long as it's freer. But that started to kind of figure out what to do. So that tells me I'm going to do this. Let me find the right key. Give me a second. We're going to do it here. The same fa, 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 but then go all the way down that way with the ah.
Fa, fa, fa.
Now, you hear that sound on the bottom. You're going to start with that ah. You're going to bring it up that way, and then you come back down. Just see what happens. Yeah, I love that a lot. And that vibrato was more steady on top and much more in the direction you want it to go. So you see how by allowing it to just be weird and floppy and maybe not exactly aesthetically what we're looking for, that can then lead us to something that's a little bit more the aesthetics that we want. That was very good. Now, let me ask you this. Did you like that top note?
I did, yeah.
Oh, good. Because many times I'll get a note that I hear is freer, that I think is really beautiful, and my student will say, oh, I don't like that. Like, really? You didn't like that? Oh, I'm so glad you like that. I'm actually going to add another note and see what happens with that. Same idea. Just go for it. Be surprised. Wow. Now that's easy and that sounds amazing. Let's try another one. Wonderful. Again, do you like the way that sounds?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Good. And it sounds as if it's very easy. Is it easy, not constricted?
Yeah, I would say it's still easy. Yeah.
Great. Now, I'm going to ask you, should we try one more, or do you have a thought in your head like, oh, it's one more, I don't want to try one more?
No, let's try it. That's okay.
Okay, wonderful. Be bold, and as I always say to my students, it doesn't have to work. Let it be terrible. Yeah! Well, I'm real happy with that. All right, I always have to push the envelope, as they say. Let's try one more. No, wait a minute, I'm debating. Wait a second. No, we can try one more the same way. No, I'm going to try it the same way. See what happens. Yeah, that's an A flat. That's wonderful. Yeah, well, those are definitely baritone notes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. But now, after doing all those beautiful high notes, and those sounded amazing, let's see what happens to your low voice. Now, just plain remember as you go lower, and I'm sure you know this as a bass, as a baritone, I'm going to call you a baritone, just relax into those bottom notes, no extra air, no extra pressure, just easy, easy. So and bring it down. Exactly, just ease into the bottom notes. Yep. Yeah, easy, easy, easy. That's it, just kind of let it rumble. Yeah, that's the F. And that's good and that's easy. So after doing high notes like this, we always want to make sure that the vocal cords are in such a state that they can relax into the bottom notes, and those are nice and easy. I always say about myself, I used to belt out opera, and I would sing these high notes, just bam, I would just wham them out, and I would lose the low notes because I would overly tense the vocal cords in an incorrect way, and then they couldn't relax enough to get to the bottom until I stopped singing and fell asleep and then woke up the next day. But that's good. That shows that those are good on top. That is excellent. I'm very happy with those. That sounds beautiful. So yeah, definitely baritone. Absolutely. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. You have any questions about any of that?
Not so far. Thank you very much.
Okay, wonderful. And thank you for participating. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching Donna Reid Talks Voice. If you have any questions for me about this episode, or if you'd like to join me on a future episode, please visit donnareidtv.com and click Contact.